Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya Roy and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. And today's video is a video meant for people who want to sell digital download items, basically printable items, and don't want to use Etsy for it. The biggest alternative for Etsy sellers in terms of selling printable download items as well as their own handmade crafts or print-on-demand items and even drop shipping is Shopify. Shopify is not a marketplace. You cannot rank higher on Shopify or get clients from their system. Shopify is basically the technology that allows you to instantly set up a full-on shop with payment processing to sell pretty much anything. And today we're going to be using Shopify and their own app for digital downloads and basically create a shop that you can sell digital download items or printables, not on Etsy, but with Shopify. The list of digital download business ideas or printable business ideas is enormous. You could be selling printable greeting cards, printable stationery, printable coloring pages, printable wall art, as well as even digital download cards because some people like digital cards. They also like digital coloring pages. You could be selling printable planners, printable stickers, as well as homeschooling sheets, flashcards to learn English. You can be selling printable Sudoku and other games like word searches and mazes, and basically create a full-on business just from things that you can upload and people can later on purchase from you and download to their computer and print at home or print at a print shop or even use digitally. You can also be selling clip art, seamless patterns, whether they're for personal use or commercial use, and really make a true business from files that you create on your computer and upload so people can download and use. There's actually a video made on this channel for digital download business idea for Etsy sellers. And even though it was targeted to Etsy sellers, it also applies to Shopify, and I'm going to leave a link to that video down below. While a lot of people are being put out by Shopify's fees, like setup fees, as well as having to market your own shop and not having a marketplace to back you up like Etsy, there are a lot of reasons why you would want to set up your own shop using Shopify or any kind of online service like WooCommerce or even PayHip instead of investing in an Etsy shop. The first reason are fees, because Etsy has a lot of fees. And yes, if you're selling 1 or 2 products a month, these fees are not going to be consequential. You're not going to even feel them, and they're not going to come near to having your own Shopify store for $29 a month, which is the cheapest plan. But if you quickly search on YouTube for people who closed their Etsy shop and opened a Shopify store, you'll find out that a lot of people have closed their Etsy shop because they found out they will be paying less fees on Shopify once they actually started selling. And if your plan is to grow in advance, why not just start on the shop you want to be using later on? Another reason why you might want to have your own Shopify store or any kind of store other than Etsy is branding. Yes, on your Etsy store, you can upload a logo, you can upload a cover photo, but the logo of Etsy is always going to be there. The website is always going to be orange. And a lot of times, if you sell something to someone and they show it to a friend, they're not going to say they got it from you. They're going to say they got it from Etsy, destroying your entire branding process. When in Shopify, you can control the colors, the fonts, basically anything, even the size of the photos you want to be using instead of committing yourself to the sizes and layout of Etsy. You also don't have the option to have a homepage on Etsy that you design or a blog with posts and articles, your own terms and condition, an about page, a contact us page, and basically anything you want you can put on Shopify. It's yours. And that leads me to the third reason why a lot of people choose Shopify over Etsy, which is control. You have no one controlling your system. If buyers are going to give you bad reviews, it's not going to get you shut down by Etsy, and you cannot get deactivated because of a bug and then reactivated a few days later. You hold the control. This is your domain, this is your shop, and you can take control into managing your shop the way you want. The fourth and last reason is competition. And yes, Shopify is not a marketplace. You have to market yourself. You have to constantly bring business in. And there is no marketplace for people to search for things and come right to your shop from this marketplace. However, people do search on Google, and banking on Google SEO is far better than banking on Etsy SEO, especially as a new seller, because having past sales on Etsy and good reviews is actually an SEO factor. Being on a marketplace can be really hard because if someone is going to come to your store, if you don't have any sales, if you don't have a review, or if you're a bit more expensive than what they thought, underneath that product, they're just going to see products from different sellers and go to it. While on your Shopify store, there is no one else but you. So every traffic that you bring in, if someone is coming from Google SEO or from your Pinterest account or any other kind of social media account that you promote your store at, they only see you. Zero competition on your platform, which is something that I like to see personally. And I think that once you go over the hurdle of marketing yourself, it does start to look better that you're only marketing yourself and you're not bringing traffic to a platform that later on goes and buy from other sellers. In this video, I'm going to take you to my screen where I'm going to show you how I open a free trial account with Shopify. They cost $29 a month with their cheapest plan, but you get 14 days free trial to try it out and basically start up your shop and see that this is something that you want to do and get you started. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to list myself onto Shopify and open a shop. After that, I'm going to activate the digital download app. I'm going to show you where it is and how to use it, while also uploading one product and one collection. The product that I've chosen for today's tutorial is a printable greeting card. I actually made this greeting card while doing a different tutorial for this channel about how to make and sell printable greeting cards on Etsy. If you want to learn how to make printable greeting cards, you can go ahead to that video and check it out. I'm going to leave a link to that down below, as well as how to market it on Etsy, how to list it on Etsy, how to create a mockup if you choose to use it on Etsy and not on Shopify. However, during this tutorial with Shopify, I'm also going to show you how I'm making the mockup to be used on Shopify, as well as writing the title and description and the tags for this product. I will not be showing you the entire shop setup. It takes way longer and you really have to go into branding, and I really wanted to make a video just to open up your mind to this possibility and show you the steps to do it in the right way, because I have seen people who actually open a digital download shop on Shopify and couldn't find how to attach a PDF document or a digital document to their downloads, and basically created a full shop for digital downloads that doesn't download anything if someone purchases a product. So I really want to show you how easy this process is, and sort of also take you through how to build your homepage and how to customize your shop using Shopify free themes. You can use also paid themes, and really go into it and check it for yourself. I would like to remind you of my favorite game, which is what does this button do? Which is basically just going into a platform and saying, hey, okay, let's check out what everything does. Because there is a lot of information that I can give to you, but if you find it out yourself, if you check out the platform for yourself, you can find out that you are more relying on yourself. You are feeling more in depth within this shop. You're feeling like this shop is something that you set up, like this is your baby. And I do believe that this connection is important, as well as not educating people or spoon feeding people on what to do and how, but educating people into being able to educate themselves. I will be having more tutorials on Shopify in the near future, but I do believe that if you go into the shop ready and knowing what to do, you will be able to easily do this yourself by just clicking on things and seeing what they do. I mean, it's not that hard. Shopify is one of the easiest systems to get used to, even though I'm coming from WordPress. So like, to me, the first time I used Shopify, I think that I was like, how am I supposed to edit everything? I mean, how do I create things? And it was so easy that I kept trying to make it complicated in my head and finding the complex answer, when in fact it was just super easy to determine what to do. And if you're just starting out, Shopify themes were designed by people who understand commerce, who understand online shopping. Just use their themes, use the template that they give you, and use the layout that they give you, because they give it to you in this way for a reason. Because this is what people want to see. This is what customers want to see. And I think that it's important for the people who don't have experience in building shops to just rely on this proven information, proven system given to you by Shopify's experts. If you feel like you need to learn more about SEO before starting your Shopify adventure, I second that. There's actually a video tutorial in this YouTube channel for Google SEO trends, and Google SEO tools that I am using, and I will leave a link to that also down below. After, we're going to go to my screen and basically review how to upload a digital download product, a printable greeting card, onto your Shopify store and setting it up. We're going to go back to me, and I want to give you more information on the steps that you need to do to get started, sort of like an action plan. So if you feel like you need a notebook at that point to write things down to yourself, or just a piece of paper and a pen, I'm all for it. I'm such a notebook geek, so I'm always working with a notebook and writing everything down. I feel like it really helps me learn and not forget anything I want to say. But before we go to my screen, 3 small announcements. For those of you who are watching this video as a live premiere, welcome! I do love these live premieres, as well as the live chat that is that way. And I love the fact that I'm able to write down to you and answer questions in real time about these videos if you're watching the live premiere. If you wonder how I'm capable of answering the live chat while making a live YouTube video, you should know that a live premiere is not a live YouTube video. I am not talking right now. It's not morning right now, because the live premiere feature on YouTube allows YouTube creators like myself upload a pre-recorded, pre-edited video onto YouTube. And for the very first time that it's being watched, I get to watch it with you guys and we have this live chat for you to ask me questions and me to answer in real time. Once the live premiere is going to be done, the video is just going to transform itself to a normal video. If you want to make sure not to miss out on live premieres, you can always check out my Instagram at may.arroyo. I always say when a live premiere is going to be on in my Instagram story. I also post it on our Facebook group with a link down below, as well as in the community tab on YouTube. If you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and allow notifications from your YouTube app, you're also going to be notified of each live premiere with a live chat 30 minutes before it goes on. And the second announcement is about shop reviews. We're having another shop review video at the end of the month on the 30th, and it's going to be about Etsy shops, printables, or print on demand. The way to submit your shop for a shop review is with a link down below for a Google form where you just go in and submit your shop. However, it's not just for Etsy sellers, it's for all kinds of sellers on Shopify, Redbubble, Society6, Amazon, wherever you're selling your print-on-demand or digital download items. Submit your shop with a Google form down below and you'll be reviewed because we're having a lot more shop reviews coming up in June. With that being said, the third announcement is also about June because there's going to be a lot more product reviews coming up in June. And I don't mean your product reviews, I mean actual suppliers. I recently made another order from Redbubble that includes a t-shirt from one of you guys, as well as a magnet, as well as a new cover from my iPhone 12 mini, which I'm using to film this video right now. I also made another review with a Chinese supplier, This New, that provides high quality products in extremely cheap prices for print on demand integrated with Shopify or with Etsy. I ordered shoes. I ordered a sequence pillow just like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, as well as a face mask, a tank top, a pencil case, and a new case for my laptop. I will be sharing so much more with you guys on this later on in June when the products arrive, as well as how I design them, because I'm using very unique techniques to design them, including seamless patterns and graphics that I made with Creative Fabrica, with my Clip Studio Paint account. And I really want to share with you guys this whole design process because I do believe that product reviews without the design process is not full information, I guess. And with that being said, let's go to my screen and have fun setting up your first digital download item, your first printable greeting card using Shopify's app for digital downloads and basically having your own shop for printables that is not on Etsy. Welcome to Shopify, a system you can use to easily set up your online shop if you're not a developer, if you want just something instant. And while I do advocate a lot for WordPress when building blog posts and making your own blog or a magazine, or even your own website to show off your portfolio, I do believe that for a lot of people, setting up a Shopify store is so much easier at the beginning because it just tells you what you need to do. And if we're just going in here, obviously you can sell a lot of things with Shopify. They integrate with multiple print-on-demand and drop shipping suppliers, as well as you can use them to sell whatever physical items that you have and hold. However, for today's tutorial, we're going to be focusing on the digital download feature to basically use Shopify as an alternative for Etsy to be selling digital download items or printables of any kind. And right now we're at their pricing page and you can see their pricing plans. So the basic Shopify is $29 a month. You have a lot more options for growing your business with $79 a month, and advanced Shopify for 2 stores, not just one, for $300. And if you click here, you can basically see the breakdown of what all of this holds. And I'm thinking about making a different video tutorial just about Shopify features, but I really want to focus on getting us started with Shopify Digital Download Shop. And for that, we're going to try out Shopify free for 14 days and start our free trial. Here is where I put my email address to get the free trial. And this is actually a domain I got yesterday. And the shop name is something that you need to choose based on what you're going to do. This time it's going to be greeting cards. However, I do have a lot of other things that I might want to do with my Shopify store. The shop name that I will choose here will appear if I do not choose to have my own domain on Shopify, and it will be the name in your records. However, if you choose to get your own domain and have the Shopify store basically on your own domain.com or whatever, then this name would matter a bit less. But I'm thinking maybe I'll want to do something with it later on. But for the sake of this tutorial, since we're doing printable greeting cards or printable anything, you know what? Let me just call my shop printable anything. And it checks to see if this shop name is available, and I will create my store. And here you're filling out a little bit about yourself. This is for their research, and you can also skip this step altogether. In this step, which you cannot skip on, you need to fill in your details so you can get page. You can always change these details later, but let me just quickly go about it. Once we've set up the shop, the trial period has started, which means that for the next 14 days, I can operate within this shop without paying them anything. And Shopify system basically offers you the three things that are the most important right now, which is to add a product, to customize your theme, or to add a domain. So we're going to do this by adding a product first. However, our product is not a physical product. It's a product that requires a digital download system. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to Shopify apps, click here, and here you can see some of their most popular items. But we can also go here and shop for apps if we want a different app to choose from that isn't on this list. And what I'll do here is I'll type in downloads. There are a lot of different programs and a lot of different apps that integrate with Shopify for basically selling off digital downloads. Some of them are free, some of them cost money, some of them are freemium, which means that there is a free plan, but it's also something that you might want to pay extra. For example, free plan available means that they have more plans for money, but I'm using the digital download app created by Shopify and simply add app to my store. Once we have this, we basically install the app here. Basically tells you that this app will get permission to basically go into your store because we will be uploading products within this store. And as I said before, the example I'm going to be using for this Shopify store is basically creating a printable greeting card shop. So I'm going to go to my Canva account where I have previously made some designs for greeting cards. I think it was like on the greeting card tutorial. There is a greeting card tutorial on how to make and sell greeting cards on Etsy for printable and digital downloads. So these are printable greeting cards made on US letter paper. And I will leave a link to that down below because it's basically the same process in making the item, as well as, you can go ahead and check it out how you can do that on Etsy with mockups for Etsy. But I am going to be using greeting cards that I made from that shop. And the way I want to sell them is by PDF. And I'm looking here at some of the designs that I made for some of these products. And I do want to get, the thank you card. I want to get the, oh, it's your birthday. And I want to get, I will always love you card. However, I will not download them as PDF altogether because it will just create one big PDF. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down here, thank you card flowers, and download the first page as a PDF print, and basically do the same with the rest of the pages that I want to be using. Now I downloaded this thank you card, I downloaded the birthday card, as well as the I will always love you card, and I downloaded them all in PDF formats separately. But what I can do now is also download them together as JPEG files that I will be using later on to create mockups, which is important because I will have to basically show on my Shopify store that, this is the product and this is what people are getting. Let's just unzip this. And here you can see the 3 cards on PDF as well as the 3 cards on JPEG, and I can already throw them inside my Canva system because I know I will have to be using them later. Going back to my Shopify store, I need to add a digital attachment, and it sends me to basically view my products, which I don't have. So let's go here to add products. And this is the product page, which is very simple. You can put in the title, the description, upload media, which does not mean uploading the products you're selling, does not mean uploading the PDF files. This means in upload your media to upload basically the photos that people are going to see. So your mockups and your product photos that people are going to be looking at, as well as setting up your pricing. And you can see here that my prices are in shekels. Managing inventory, if that is something that you want to do, which is kind of not important when we're talking about digital downloads. And shipping, if this is a physical product, which is not. And this is a preview of your SEO, which will be made once we fill in the details here. Now, what we have to do here is create the title. So the first product that I'm looking at would be the thank you card. So what I'm going to do here is create the title, which in this case is printable thank you card with flowers, US letter size, thank you card to download and print. I can even add at home. And then let's work on my description. And when I'm talking about this description, obviously it's going to change from product to product if you're not selling printable greeting cards. But there are a few things that are important here, which is to state the size of the product that people are getting, the file type that people are getting, what is it being used for, while also repeating keywords like printable thank you card, for example. So let me just wrap my head around it and write a cool and short and targeted description. So basically what I wrote down here is, Looking for a beautiful thank you card to thank someone you love? How about a printable thank you card that you can download once and print as many times as you want? Printable greeting cards are fun and simple to use. Once purchased, you simply download them to your computer, print them out in your home printer, and gift them to someone you love. My printable cards are cut and fold cards, which means you will get a file to print out on a standard US letter paper, with lines on the sides to cut the greeting card and fold it, which will transform this printable thank you card US letter size to a foldable 7 by 5 inch greeting card. File type, size, and the foldable size, and enjoy the art, which is something for me. And here I have to upload media, which is basically uploading the mockups that I will create. And for that, I'm going to go back to Canva. And I love creating my mockups for Shopify on an even scale, which means that this is going to be a 2000 by 2000 pixels design. And the file types that I need here are showing the card, how it looks when it's open, basically, before someone cuts and fold the pieces. And for that, I just put in the card here. I'm going to backgrounds, and this is something that you need to do once. You need to basically decide your alignment or how you want to do things or how you want to show things available. I'm just doing it real quick. Honestly, it kind of looks cute. And I'm going on the thank you card. I'm clicking on effects because I want to create a shadow to it, like a drop shadow. And this will be my card. And I also don't want people to be able to use it as a card themselves. So I'm just going to add a piece of text here, which you can do. For example, the name of the shop. So if the shop was printable, anything, and you obviously need to do this with your own shop's font and your own shop styling. But I can put this here and change the opacity a bit. I can also duplicate this photo, remove the watermark, make this one a bit smaller. Go here, choose an arrow from elements, for example this one, to show how this is going to be transformed into something else. So in this case, what I will be transforming it to is to a foldable card, which I kind of like to use Placeit for because they really do have really, really easy mockups. I don't know if you guys are using Placeit, but it's my favorite place to get mockups of pretty much anything. And here I'll be searching for mockups. Let's go to mockups and type in greeting card. And my end result is horizontal while it's also being placed like this. But I'm thinking something that I want to do is sort of a floater that I can have like a transparent background to it. So let me just browse around and look around. I think I do like this one though. This one, and maybe another one while I'm at it for, another photo to be used on Shopify. Maybe this one. I go to insert image, upload it from my device, and I have the photos that I downloaded here. Thank you card. And I'm going to stretch all of it to the sides here and basically place this part, what people cut in half. Even though you see the size is not exactly matching, the size is a bit bigger. So I might not want to use this specific size. Let me check out how this one looks. And you see that this one fits better to the actual card I have here. So I'll be using this one, and I can actually choose to have a background that is see-through as well as without any image. So I'll basically download this way. And I will not be using this one because it's not the actual size of the card, which is very important because you really need to make sure that your mockups are always matching the exact product. Otherwise, people are just going to want to return them, and it's not going to be smart for you, to run your business this way. I'm clicking here to download while uploading this image onto Canva. And let me see if I can find more mockups that I want to use for this one. This is a good mockup if this was for Christmas. They do have a lot of Christmas mockups. They do have a lot of mockups, targeted specifically for holidays. Also, this one is really good for Christmas, but it's not Christmas, so we're not going to use them. This might be a good one as well as this. Let's just try to insert the image and see that it comes in good dimensions for this actual card. And it looks like it does, which is good, which is what I want to see. I'm going to also start uploading it here. And this is something that once you have a system, once you know exactly the steps that you want to take, it's really easy to just go ahead and do them. I like actually that you can change the color of the sweatshirt that she's wearing, so I can kind of match it to the color of the flowers, which is really, really cool. or even make it like very dark. Let me just find something that looks, it really matches. It's really, really kind of cool. And then the background color, I can also change it up a bit to match the colors of the leaves, or just change it back to green. And I kind of like how it looks now, so I'm going to download this one and go back here. And I like the background color, actually. I think I do. I like that it's gradient here. And you can also, oh, I love that. I can just delete the background and download it this way. And everything you download, upload to Canva so you can use it. And for example, what I can do here after eliminating the spaces is basically show people, you know, this is what you get. So it sort of transforms into this one. So what I can write down here is take a piece of text, and this text again should match the logo design and the fonts that you're using in your shop, and write down printable, thank you card. I love writing on the actual photo. I think it's really cool, like when you add in some text on the actual visualization of the photo. I think people really, really do appreciate this. So I'm basically explaining how people get from here to here, and I deleted the arrow because I didn't quite like how it looks. I can also manipulate the background here and change it up a bit to make sure that it better fits the design that I want to show, or the style of the design. Let's make it a bit more pastel. I kind of like the bright colors, but I do love the pastel better. Now let's make this a bit bigger, change this up here, and this will be another photo that I'll be using. I can use this one, I can use this one, and I also have this photo that I uploaded that I'm just gonna copy paste, like just put it here straight up. I can also take this photo, place it here, and sort of add this like heading to it. For example, let me just grab this and stretch it all the way through and add something like this. And this could also be a design that I will be using. I kind of like it, actually. I kind of really like it. I like it better than this one. And I will be using all three of these. Let me just change the color here to, I want to try and match it to something that I've done. Let me just throw a photo here. So it's going to read the colors from this photo and brighten this up, kind of give it a more unanimous vibe. And then you need to name the photos, but we're going to name them individually. I'm going to download all three of them. We can do it in JPEG files because they're big enough to be used and no one is printing out this options. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that SEO, search engine optimization, for a photo actually starts on your computer. So I'm going to start by renaming these photos, renaming them to what I'm selling. And now that I've changed all the names, and you can go ahead and check out my Google SEO YouTube video that I've done to better know how to write down SEO for this one, how to write down the names. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all three of them and add them as my media. And as you can see here, one photo has already became like the bigger one. And this is the photo that people will see. And I'm thinking either to use this photo or this photo, like this would be the second one. And what I need to do is price it up. So for example, I want to price it at 12 shekels. And 12 shekels is pretty much about 3 euros, if I'm not mistaken. And I can add a compare at price. And that will basically show that the 12 was a reduced. So I will put in a higher price here. And I don't want to track quantity because it's a printable item and there are no variants to it. And this is how it would look if people search for this. And you can see that the name might be too long. So I'm thinking about shortening the name, maybe printable thank you card with flowers, and just deleting all of this. 7x5" card. And this will be blank, which is shorter and it looks way better. And what I'll do here, the product type will be printable thank you cards. The vendor is not important, it's for me. And I need to put it in a collection. So I'll need to create a collection. Let me just go here, right click this one, open it in a new tab, and create a new collection. In the description, which is optional, but I like to put it in because it's good for SEO. The collection type is manual, which means that I manually update products, and I can also add an image. And that image could be one of the images that I've used here. Let me just copy this one, delete, 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 make this bigger, center this here, and change the background maybe to this one. and re-download page 3. I'm going to just name it here and download this image as JPEG to be used as the featured image for this collection. Go to add image to my downloads and add it up here. Save this collection. Go back to my product page, save it. The vendor is me, and in the collection I now have thank you cards. I will add it to thank you cards, and here I can write down tags. Save this product again, and this time activating it. So the product is saved, but I didn't actually upload a card, so nobody's going to get anything if they buy from me. So I'm just going to go here and click on more actions and add a digital attachment, which is an option that shows up once you have the app installed to your Shopify. And here I'm just going to upload a file and choose the PDF format of this design. And this item was attached. If I go back to my dashboard, you can see that the name of this product has this attachment to it. And what I want to do now is basically go to our store, because up until this point, we actually have not seen our store. And this is our store. What a weird store. Empty store. Has nothing in it. So what do I need to actually have in this store to get it started? I'm just going to go to my online store where I have themes here. And the store is currently password protected, which means that only people with a password can access it, because I don't want to have people being able to find this store when it's really not done yet. And the theme that I have here is called Debut. You can scroll down below to find the theme library, upload a theme that you have designed for yourself, or check out free or paid themes. I'm just going to click on the free themes right now, and you can go ahead and check them out and see which one of them you like best for your shop. I kind of like supply theme. I really think it's really, really cool. I do know that a lot of people sometimes pay more attention into the design than they should have instead of just making good products. And a lot of other people also pay less attention to the design. I do think that designs can be simple and still effective. I'm going to change it to the supply theme because I think it's really cool. You also have a darker view to it, but I kind of like this one, and I'm adding it to my theme library and basically clicking on actions and publishing this theme because I'm still using debut themes. And now if I look here, and again, I will go to this shop, which is printableanything.myshopify.com. It has changed into this shop with a different font, with different color schemes, with basically pretty much different anything. And now I have to edit and customize it. So let's just go to customize, where we will basically be building the shop from the get-go. And what we have here is the first page that is opened up is the home page, and you can decide which page you want to edit each time. And what we have here is the order of things. So we have a slideshow, which is this one. And then we have a collections list. And then we have a featured collection, another featured collection, another featured collection, another slideshow, and text. And we can basically change them up. So I can move the collections list from here up to here, and it will change the order. But the header is staying fixed. Let me just see what I want to do with the header, as well as the footer that is staying fixed. On the header, I can go in and basically add the menu. I can add, the about page, the contact page, whatever I want to do, and add a custom logo that will be appearing instead of printable anything, just text. I can add an announcement bar by clicking on this and just writing something down, and my announcement appears here. And this is a good thing for your SEO, as well as if you have any sales that you want people to look at. And you can also make this announcement clickable by adding a link to it. Going back here, I have the collections list, and I kind of only have one collection, which is the thank you cards. So I'm just going to add it twice, for example, here. But what you can have with this collection list is basically have your main collections here. So for example, if you're selling printable wall art, you will be putting printable abstract wall art. You could be putting wall art sets. You could also be putting, line art, or if you're doing anything customized. So this will basically display two of your collections. You can also add more collection to it, or remove this section altogether. You don't have to remove it. You can just make it disappear. We can work on our slideshow where you have to add images. So images here will basically describe what I'm selling. And these images are best edited with Canva. Featured down below, if you choose a featured collection, and for example, if I choose the thank you one, it will feature just photos from this collection and their prices, which now we only have one, and different other items here. So this is a featured collection. This is thank you card. I can also change the name here. So for example, thank you cards. or printable thank you cards, better for SEO, and people will see the number of products per row and the number of rows, even though I just have one now. If you have more products, you can control how people see them. You can also just make a full collection to just take over the entire page. And I'm just gonna deactivate these featured collections because they don't really matter. We don't really have them right now. I'm gonna reactivate the collection list, move it a bit down. The slideshow here could be any kind of photo that you want, with text, without text, just beautiful photos of happy people getting greeting cards. Here we have the collections that we have. So you can put in multiple collections here, and then a breakdown of a certain collection. Here you can write down a sale, you can send people to your Instagram, and with the rich text option, talk about your brand, what you're selling, what you're doing. You can also come here and edit the footer, which will probably need to have your about information, your contact information, as well as if you're integrated with any newsletter supplier, or if you want people to go ahead and check out your social links. There are a lot more things that you can add to your homepage in these sections. So for example, you can add any kind of content. You can add blog posts if you're blogging with your Shopify store. Please let me know if you want me to make a video about blogging on Shopify. That could be something quite interesting, I think. You can add collections list, image with text. So for example, if I choose image with text and insert, I can make an image appear, for example, here. Under this, click on the image with text, select any image that I want. I can upload. For example, if you want to upload an image that basically explains the process of printables and how they work, I can add it here and write down text based on what is in the photo, make it from the right side or from the left side, and also add a button like buy now or shop now or find out more, and add a link to that button, for example, to a product that is a printable thank you card. And there are so many things that you can do here. It's quite difficult to do this while I'm actually not having anything in this shop, but I think that I will work on creating some of these aspects of this shop later on to show you how you can customize it further. And this is going to be something that we're going to be going over in June. Right now we have the home page and we're going to save it up. The catalog that will lead you to all of the tags that I've done here, to all of the categories, to everything that you can also, your collections page or your catalog page, work on. And really, guys, play my favorite game. What does this button do? This tutorial was to show you how I took a printable product and instead of putting it on Etsy, quite simply, I put it on a Shopify store. I am thinking that right now, what I need to do is maybe make a full-on video just about customizing Shopify stores and designing Shopify stores. Please let me know if that is something that is interesting to you in the comment section below. And honestly, guys, stop being afraid. You have 14 days free trial. Go ahead, work on the product in advance. Work on the mockups in advance because you now know the size. It's just a simple square size. Work on everything in advance. And once you have all your products in your computer, all the digital download products that you want to be using, just open it. Take the 14 days free trial to work on your branding, to work on your slideshow, to work on everything and realize exactly what you want to be doing, to work on your logo, to work on your social media. And really, guys, play my favorite game. What does this button do? This is such an intuitive system when you go to it. And if you get stuck at any point, you can always give screenshots and ask questions on our Facebook group. With that being said, after showing you this very, very simple and easy system using Shopify's own digital download app plugin and basically connecting it to the shop, this is how you sell printable digital download items using Shopify. Let's get back to me, talk a bit more about the system, what you're going to need, how to prepare to make this shop, and a bit about what we're having tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to go over another alternative for Etsy, which will be super, super exciting. And we're back to me. What did you guys think? Did you like it? I mean, I really do love their system. I think it's super fun, it's super easy, and it's really, really a quick and good way to upload products once you understand the steps that you need to take to open your own Shopify store and do it in the right way. Because doing things in the wrong way is only going to waste your time and your money and get you demotivated without even realizing why you're not selling a good product. I am thinking about making a more in-depth tutorial about how to set up your shop with Shopify, how to really go over these pages, these about pages, a contact page, a privacy policy page, as well as terms of service, or maybe like return policies in case a client want to know what happens if they don't like your product, whether it's printable or print on demand. And I really want to do it. And for that purpose, I'm going to keep working on this store by creating some sort of like fake products. And once I have enough products in enough collections, I can go over and show you how to set up a full homepage with everything you need, as well as an about page and all these other sections that we talked about, as well as a blog with posts and what to put in them. I mean, what do you even write in a blog post to promote printables of any kind? And that will be coming up later on in the month of June. But for something that I promised you at the beginning of this video, and if you have your notebooks and pens at the ready, this is the time to open them and start writing down, because I've made a step-by-step basically process for you to be able to utilize in the best way these 14 free trial days and come to this Shopify store prepared, not having to go back and change the domain name or change the branding or change what you're doing, but just coming in prepared. The very first step is to decide what product you're going to be selling. Again, multiple digital download business ideas for Etsy or for Shopify. And I want you to really look deeper into yourself and ask yourself, how much of this product, how many items of this product can I make? How long does it take me to make it? Is it trending? Do I understand the SEO research that I have done on this product? Are people searching for this product? How much am I supposed to charge for these products? And how am I going to physically make them? Am I going to get bored making them constantly? Is it something that I'm even interested about? I mean, if you come up with a product that you can do, but you'll get bored of doing and you don't want to look at it, you're not going to be able to market it very well. So the first step is to decide what product you're going to be selling on your store, or products. It could be several products combined together. The second step is to find a shop name. And when I say a shop name, I don't mean a shop name that is available on Shopify. I mean a shop name that is available on its own domain, because you're going to be buying your domain and connecting it to your Shopify store, as well as a shop name that is available on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, or whatever social media platform you want to be using for the shop. I mean, how much of a bummer it's going to be if you have an amazing shop name, if you've done all the branding, set up the shop, went live, and that name is taken on Instagram by a competitor. That would totally blow. So for that reason, you need to check out social media as well as your own domain for a shop name before doing anything with this shop. The third step after you have a name is to go with branding, which is to make a logo, to choose the colors that you want, the color scheme of your business, as well as the fonts you will be using in this shop, and doing all this work before opening the shop, before even coming closer to Shopify and starting your free trial. The third step will be to open all of these social media platforms before actually having the shop. Does that make sense to you guys? Because you can already start promoting sort of like a coming soon, or I'm building something, and sharing parts of your day-to-day life as you are building up these products, and already start building up your following and getting sort of like this seniority on social media, as well as occupying the name so no one else can have them. Right after you're doing that, we're moving on to the fifth step, which is to actually create between 10 to 100 products. Again, before going to Shopify. I showed you how the system looked. I show you how you can make a mockup, and you can use the size of 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels, no problem. But the reason why I want you to set up these products and make these products before going into your shop is because you'll be able to better utilize those 14 days if you don't have to make these products or mockups. Because if you just starting out now and you open this Shopify store and you have those 14 days, what happens if it takes you more than 14 days to get everything ready? Then you already have to start paying, but the shop isn't ready yet. I do believe that being smart about it is the right approach. And it's something that I wish I would have done with a lot of my Etsy stores, and something that I will do with my next Etsy store, as well as with my future Shopify store. The amount of products you need depend on your niche and depend on the product type. I mean, if your products are printable coloring books that each have 50 pages, obviously I'm not going to tell you to make 500 products. You can make 10 good coloring pages, even 5. However, if your products are flashcards for kids, having maybe just one might not be as good as having several products, as well as wall art of any kind, wall art set, printable planners, and anything you want to do. You really need to think about the amount of products that you would want to see in a store as you walk in. And yes, there are concept stores. You can create this amazing planner with dates and everything for 2021 or for 2022, and this would be the one and single product in your shop. But don't forget, it's going to be harder to market a shop that only has one or two products. So really think about this in advance. Create the products as well as the mockups before you go to opening your Shopify store. The next step will be to go to Shopify, get your free trial, and attach a domain that you purchased with Shopify. Yes, you can purchase a domain with any other platform and you can attach a domain that you already have. But if you're just buying it from Shopify from the get-go, I think that for people who are less tech-oriented, it will be way easier because they just walk you through the process themselves. And then just start the free trial. Upload products, manage your page, think about what you're going to write in your about page, your contact page, and your policies, and even show this shop to some friends before launching it. And I do believe that following this step-by-step will allow you to start while utilizing those 2 weeks of free trial the best way you can, having social media done. And once the shop is live, you actually have all the free time you need to work on marketing instead of making more products. If you're thinking about how to market a Shopify store for digital download items, there is a video coming up in June about how to use Pinterest to promote any kind of printable or digital download business. I'm really looking forward to this video. There was another Pinterest video for print-on-demand items that you can go ahead and check out. I will leave a link to that down below. I think it's actually the most viewed video in my channel. It has like 6,000 views, which is insane to me, guys. Last but not least, it's important to keep in mind the tools that you will need in order to design the products, to make the mockups, as well as upload them, whether you're going to need a newsletter service like MailChimp, whether you're going to need to use a Canva account, whether it's going to be pro or the free version, or open an account with Placeit for mockups. By following these steps that I mentioned earlier and creating all your mockups in advance, I also know people who use this system and just make a Placeit account for 1 month and basically make all the mockups that they need for 1 month instead of paying every month for this subscription, which is something that you might want to keep in mind. If you feel like there is information that is missing for you, whether it's on Facebook, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on any type of marketing, or on how to make different items, printable items for your Shopify or Etsy store, or how to operate the Shopify store, please let me know in the comment section below and I'll be happy to make a video just about that. With that being said, I would like to thank you all for watching this video today with me and for participating in the live chat. It's always fun that you guys ask me questions, and I don't know, I feel like we're really bonding as a community with these ones, and it's really, really fun. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow with another alternative for selling printable download items, not on Etsy as well as not on Shopify, using PayHip. PayHip is actually a system that I started using about a week ago after getting many comments and messages from viewers of this channel asking if there is a place that they can donate money to this channel, you know, sort of like these buy me a coffee kind of thing. So I opened my first PayHip listing for 5 photos of Bansko and a thank you letter for me for $5. There will be a link to that down below if you feel like you want to contribute to this channel. Thank you in advance. But tomorrow I'll be using the PayHip system, open a different account because you can have 2 accounts or multiple accounts on PayHip with the same PayPal account to start selling my printable coloring books online. And I'll be showing you the process of how I do it, including how I sort of form this like mini shop using their system, which is super cool. And it's a free alternative to start selling digital download items and printable items online. They only charge you a percentage of your revenue of the transaction if something is being sold. I do believe it's something like 2.5%, which is not a lot because there are no establishment fees. You don't have to pay them anything in advance, and they can pay you via PayPal or Stripe. Right after that, on the 28th, I will be seeing you in the middle of the nature in Bansko for a real talk about the meaning of passive income and the fact that setting up a passive income actually takes a lot more work than having a full-time job. So we're going to be talking about that on the 28th, and again, seeing you on the 30th for shop reviews for Etsy sellers. If you like this video or found this content useful, please hit that like button down below because every time you do, YouTube thinks, hey, this is a cool video, I'm going to show it to more people. And subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. And with that being said, that is it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've seen any of my videos, you know exactly what I'm about to say right now because the live chat is going to go away in 3, 2, 1, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!